Today we are going to discuss about the third unit, that is democracy and diversity. As you all know, democracy means the form of government which is elected by the people, for the people, to serve the people. Is the famous definition quoted by Abraham Lincoln. So, in actual practicality also, in the ground reality, democracy always tries to give powers to people. So, the election procedure, the format, the different types of democracies, it may be the presidential form or the parliamentary form, wherever it is, the ultimate authority lies with the people. When the ultimate authority lies with the people, they always stick to certain rules, certain guidelines, certain things. So when these kind of clarification is clear about the democracy and people elect leaders. Now democracy is very clearly, explicitly deals with the people's ideologies. Now the problem is, in the people of the modern age, we have the migration happening, we have the different groups coming together and staying for a long period, let's take for a decade or 2 decades. So as the time passed on, these people started to get mingled with each other, and the cultural diversity, the linguistic diversity, and all these populations started to pop up together. So this gave a new challenge for the democracy, like how to accommodate diversity. So democracy actually is the form of government elected by the people to serve the people. Powers are conferred by the people. When it comes to people, the modern age people are not a homogeneous group, but they are a heterogeneous group. Homogeneous group means the same or a similar kind of people stay together. When it comes to the heterogeneous groups, we have different sections of people, different language spoken people, different religious practices people staying together. So this differences of people made the democracy to form or accommodate the existing diversity of the people. Now the challenge between the democracy is, how does democracy adopt or accommodate the existing diversity and provide an amicable solution to them, a possible positive alternative to them. Let's find out with the suitable examples and justify whether the democracy can be existing and supporting or accommodating the diversity or not. As we all know, there was a concept called slave trade. The concept called slave trade. Trade means the combination of imports and exports. The import items, the export items, these two together is called trade or business. When we talk about slave trade, the people of Africa are being sold to work in America, in the fields of America actually, to become like a slaves. Actually these people are forced to migrate from here and they were sold off to the Americans. This happened during the 17th century. As the 17th century time, many Negroes or blacks, maybe officially or constitutionally it's not right to name them now, let us call them as the dark skinned people. So the dark skinned people are forced to migrate or sold out to US, and after 200 years we found many people in US is a mixture of the dark skinned people and the fair skinned people. As the time passed on, generations passed on, they also started to get married, they also started to procure children, they also started to settle down in the US. Now the combination of US have a population of blacks and whites. So the discrimination of blacks and whites has started being existing for centuries from 18th century. So the agitation was started by Martin Luther King Jr. The movement name is Civil Rights Movement. So Martin Luther King in an international gathering, it's a very huge gathering which grasped the attention of almost all sections of people in US, where more than 2 lakh people gathered together, and where Martin Luther King gave a historical speech. I have a dream in which my 4 children will be recognized because of their capabilities and not because of the skin color, because of their character, because of their talent, because of their ability to do work, not on the basis of their birth, not on the basis of their skin color, not on the basis of any other discrimination for which they were not at all responsible. Let us think in practically. We can not judge to which nation we can be born or in which color we have to be. These are the things which certainly happen in nature where we have zero control over that. Now moving on to the concept of our lesson of diversity into democracy. When the agitation started in US against the existing racial discrimination, or let us call it a further word, that is apartheid, where the blacks are considered as literally non-human beings. They considered as dogs. They were not given any kind of respect or dignity of human nature, what today we call certain human rights, certain civil rights, which were completely denied for the black people. So in order to drag the attention of the world towards the existing problems in US, an incident happened in US, that too in the Olympic Games. Olympic Games are considered as the most crucial or a international forum where different nations athletes join together, participate, and they feel it as a pride to take even a medal from that particular stage or a podium. Even India had got 1 gold medal. So many of the Indians felt very proud when India got such a gold medal from the athletic stadiums, that is like Olympics. So it's a huge, the largest games conducted stage for an international level, that is Olympics. So now these Olympics are initially started by the Greek people. It was in the ages of around 1932 to 1936. Later on, due to the Second World War, they were blocked, and later again they were re-implemented. Finally, the incident happened in Mexico in 1968. Let's have a look at that. A story of Mexico Olympics. What happened actually at the Mexico Olympics? There are many black people, there are many whites, there are many other national individuals, representatives coming together to participate in the Mexican Olympics. During the year 1968, Mexico hosted the Olympic International Games. So we have 2 people from US, Tommy Smith and John Carlos. These 2 are black US citizens. And we also have Peter Norman. He is an Australian. He received the 2nd prize. The scene is that the 1st prize and the 3rd prize are shared by Tommy Smith and John Carlos. Peter Norman, the 2nd prize winner. All these 3 were called to the podium to receive their prizes, and they were standing there. They are representing their nations, and it is a pride and a honor to stand there and receive the medal. So when the situation is going on like this, when the moment was in progress, Tommy Smith and John Carlos stood up with the fists closed and raised, the clenched fist, and without having shoes, just only putting on the socks, which is a clear pact or a show of there is some kind of discrimination existing here. So they want to showcase that. Even the Peter Norman, the Australian athlete, also kept a badge of human rights to showcase that this is an international forum where they thought if we would try to make an impact or bring to light what is actually happening in US, that would grab the attention of the international community, so that the pressure from the international community would mount the existing US government to liberalize the policies and to remove the discrimination or racial discrimination issues and finally sort out the issue. But there was a clear show in the 1968 Olympic stage where Tommie Smith, John Carlos and Peter Norman were standing and raising their voices against the existing racial discrimination in US. Why would you think? Let us take here, these two are basically from US. So they were actually facing a problem of the racial discrimination. But why did Peter supported this one? Peter Norman was neither a part of US nor having faced any kind of discrimination or racial superiority or inferiority complex because of this scene. But he also gave his support very clearly on that podium. So what does this actually mean? What do they want here actually? What they actually want here is to end up the racial discrimination existing in US. They also wanted to bring it into light, the actual problem, what they were facing from many years, many generations, and they also want to get an international support for the existing civil rights movement and to end the policy of apartheid or the racial discrimination. So this is an incident which clearly explains for us there is diversity in the group of people in the existing population sector. There is a discrimination based on the population. So because of this incident which happened in the story of Mexico Olympics in 1968, the consequences of this are not at all good. The actual consequences which they faced were really very difficult and very tough. Yes, they have to forego their careers. They have to forego their bright futures. But in the actual practically they are the best human beings. Even we, when we are standing there with such a pride and honor there, we would never dare to do such kind of things on an international forum where it has raised a mount of oppression or a mount of criticism against the actions or the flinching of the act or bending down the heads, going on without shoes, just putting on these socks and going on there, and Peter Norman putting the black badge mentioning that there is something wrong going on here. So all these things have escalated kind of controversy over the two US citizens and also Peter Norman, the Australian person athlete. So finally the conclusions or the consequences of this are Tommie Smith and John Carlos were claimed to be that they have raised an internal matter of United States in the place where they have not supposed to raise anything on an international forum. They were severely criticized not only by the International Olympic Committee but also severely criticized by the people. Yes, certain sections of people have really appreciated their efforts. They have blessed them with their blessings, but they have to forego their careers. And Peter Norman has also have to face some consequences. Peter Norman was not selected for the Olympic team in the next year, for the next term actually. When the next Olympics were conducted in 1972, Peter Norman has to be the part of that, but not given a chance to be a part of that because of his action which he has done in the Mexico Olympics in 1968. These all were the consequences of the daring step what they have taken during that time. But in reality, they were very, very happy people because they have brought into real light what is actually happening in US. They are facing a severe criticism of racial discrimination which they have experienced thoroughly, and for that, as an athlete, he felt what is the pain the other athletes are going on. Peter Norman also extended his helping hand with the full cooperation, got the international support for the movement of civil rights movement which is happening in its peak in the United States. So this has escalated the movement, and this brings us to light that we have discrimination existing not only in one place, not only in one corner, not only in the countries where there is less development, but also in the corners of the world where they are claimed to be a highly developed nations and they follow completely the most advanced techniques and technologies. But in actual reality, there are discriminations. There is a diversified group in all corners of the world where democracy has to accommodate this challenge and find out the best possible solutions which are available for us constitutionally, legally, and providing equality for everybody. So here, after this action, it has claimed an international attention and everybody started to raise their voices against the existing problem of racial discrimination in the United States. So this has given for us the people to be the best human beings who have raised their voices, and the further later consequence was that the San Jose State University, of which Tommy Smith and John Carlos were the members of the students in the university in 2006, kept the statues of the same scene with the 20 feet height statues with the clenched fist and the socks, only with the socks and not with the shoes, have shown a forecast like they are the great brave step in order to end the racial discrimination. They have used the international forum to bring to light the ongoing atrocities and the basic divisions. So this has happened by the San Jose University. They have recognized them, and also when Peter Norman passed away, the two people who went to attend the funeral and with the pallbearers were Tommy Smith and John Carlos. So in this way, they are a better human beings who faced certain problems but brought into light certain difficulties, certain atrocities which are happening against them in the society, not only with them but a larger section of people who are facing troubles, and finally they were able to succeed in reality. So let's find out how the solutions have come up. When that is a democracy and diversity, we have seen the different scenes. We have discussed about the Mexico incident of 1968, the momentum of civil rights movements. But actually, the initial step for diversity is the differences, which leads to have certain similarities. Differences, similarities, then we will have the divisions. First of all, when we have the set of differences, that would lead to have the two groups to form certain kind of similarities. When the two similarities are fine and fixed, that would clearly bring a political division or an economic division or a social division. Let us take the examples of Belgium and Sri Lanka. In Belgium, we have discussed that there is a clear differences of languages. The similarities, they all are basically belonging to Belgium. The division is, they all are divided on the basis of their languages, which further got constructed or concreted with the language divisions, which made them to be French group, Dutch group, and also the German group. So the differences will escalate, have certain similarities, but they bring the clear divisions. Now when we discuss about the differences, divisions, and also the political similarities and differences, we have, let us take an example of Sri Lanka, where they all have differences regarding the languages, but the similarity is they are born and brought up in Sri Lanka. The problem is the divisions are not being accepted, how the reaction of the government was, and finally that ended up with a civil war. So these kind of differences, similarities and divisions are the basic growing up steps or flowcharts developments which will have the diversified culture in the nation. So when there is diversity in any nation, we need to understand that there is a clear cut instruction that we need to accommodate the diversity whenever it is necessary. When there is no accommodation of the diversified group, that would lead to either the end of the democracy or the straining up of the relations. Let us discuss this with some more examples and find out that. Before we find out or discuss the examples of diversity and the political divisions, let us first find out how is the differences of this diversity originated. Origin. Origin means a starting point. As all of you know, it is a base point. It is the initial stage. Where does the diversity start? So the social divisions of the social diversity starts first of all with nothing in our hands. We don't have anything in our hands to claim that this is the base for a social division, because we fall most of the times accidentally to the division. Why did I use the word accident is? Accident is a word which means that which happens unexpectedly something for us. I met with an accident which you don't dream of or which you don't imagine of that you would meet with an accident very soon. The situation is that when something happens unknowingly to us, that is called an accident here. In this context, we use this word accident here because accidentally by birth. Accidentally by birth is a line which gives the entire answer for the diversity. We generally have two basic divisions. By birth. By birth itself, you will be born in a particular country. For example, you are born in a Hindu family, you get the religion of Hinduism. If you are born in an Islam religion, or those who follow the Islam religion called Muslims, you end up with a Muslim community or following the Muslim rules and regulations. If you are born and brought up in a Christian family, you will be having the Christianity. So these all are not done by your choice. These are not done by your consciousness. These all are done only and only by the accident of your birth. Later, you may have a chance to change, but initially you are judged or brought into certain conclusions only and only based on your birth. So, the basing on the accident of birth, we have either to be falling under the category of boys or girls. This is a biological division. This is the first division which we experience by the accident of birth. Later, we turn into males, the females. Now, after moving apart from the biological divisions, we have certain other divisions also popping up with the accident of birth. Let us take in the Indian example here. You may have a religion. You may be either rich or poor. You may be religion, rich and poor, and you may also be having certain kind of caste specification according to the religion or the thing what you are born. These all are the things which are happening accidentally without your knowledge. By the time you grow up, you start to accommodate and you start to convince yourself like you are this, so you have to follow this. But in actual reality, you are not knowing anything like what is that and what is this. You happen to be born in that, so you are born and brought up in such a way that you have to follow certain rules, you have to follow certain customs, you have to execute certain things. So this is the thing of accident by birth. We also find the other category of division, that is the social divisions may also be coming like religion based, rich and poor categories, caste, racial discrimination, then atheists. The atheists are the people those who don't believe in God, those who don't believe in the existence of God at all. They don't believe that there is a God. Most of the people, those who believe in God, are called theists. The people those who don't believe in God are called atheists. They don't believe in God, they don't believe in the existence of God. They believe truly on the science and technology. So when they don't believe in God, there is a clear cut division that the people, those who follow God, and there is those who don't follow God. This division again brings social division for us. So the origin of the division is happening mostly by accident of birth. 90% of the social divisions are happening by the accident of birth. The other remaining rest of the 10% are either happening by the religion, when you change your religion, or by the caste which you are born, or by the race which you are born, or by certain things which happen to have your own say or choice, or whatever your choice happens to be. But in the actual theme or the actual reality, most of the social divisions for which we have wars happening, controversies happening, conflicts happening, are happening most of the times because of the accidents of birth. Now, in order to conclude this origin of the divisions or the conflicts or the diversity, we can understand it or end up like this, saying that we have a clear cut division because of various reasons in different contexts. Let us take economically, socially upgraded one, rich people, poor people, lower middle class, higher middle class. Depending on your financial status, your societal status also will be varying. Depending on the birth of your caste, category, religion, your socio-economic status will be deciding. And most of the cases will be having the crisscross of the social classes. The people, those who are born and brought up in a poor family, will be ending up with certain castes or certain religions or certain things which are also crisscrossing each other. So the diversity is also supported by certain factors, certain aspects. So this is very easy to conclude now here that in the American context, we have seen a racial discrimination. In the Indian context, we are seeing a religious discrimination. In the Sri Lankan base, the dominance of the Sinhala people or the other religious people, language spoken people, or Buddhist domination religion there. We have seen in Belgium the division between the people, accommodation of the division. So these all things proves that there are certain kind of divisions existing already at certain things. When we move on to different context, we find different social divisions. But it is clear there is a social division in every society as per their born and brought up or making up of the society. Now, we have seen what is a democracy, how does democracy accommodate the diversity. We are going to justify that one, or we are trying to find out a solution. How does democracy try to find out or accommodate the diversity? Now, when we discuss about the social discrimination, the social discrimination is not just based of accident by your birth, which is also to be supported by certain factors. Let us find out what are those factors. Let us take overlapping and cross-cutting. When certain things overlap each other, that becomes binded together. Certain things cut cross each other. So what are the certain things? What are the things that are happening, or what are the things that are going in hand to have the social differences, the divisions? The first major social division what we need is by birth. We all know that. In order to get this done as a social division or a social aspect, it needs certain other aspect support. What are the certain aspect support is like, let us take an example in US. In the United States, we have blacks. These blacks may be having social discrimination because not that they are only blacks, they also don't enjoy economic privileges. They may be poor. So this financial status or the economic status enables them to face certain kind of social discrimination because not only by their birth but also supported by their economic situation. Like for example, if a black owns a car, he would not ending up finding difficulty in getting into the bus and not finding any place for him to sit until and unless the white person has to sit. If he owns his own car, he would like to travel in his own car, which would be ending up to be having a most comfortable life. But the actual problem ends up with when the situations are also supported by certain other factors. The certain other factors only play a vital role to match to the actual happening of the social diversity. So the thing is, when the US people, we talk about the blacks, if they are financially weak, they would be having a history of facing the social discrimination. So this is the key point we have to understand here. US may be a rich country. The blacks are born and brought up in US. But if they are financially weak, if you ask them or if you touch them, you get the knowledge that they are facing the social discrimination. In the same way, let us take in India. Dalits. The Dalits or the lower caste people, the Harijan society also is, as per the caste calculations, it is the lowest caste. But financially, if you look at them, we also find the same situation similar to that of the Negro people in United States, where they also ending up having no lands. So when they have no land, they become the agricultural laborers or turning themselves into bonded laborers. So these all also clearly reveals for us the fact that there is certain other aspect which is crisscrossing over the existing aspect and prove them to be that they are having certain problems. So this social division is also supported by certain other aspects. Let us take in Ireland, especially in the northern part. Most of the people in Ireland believe in the religion of Christianity. So when we talk about Christianity, we have two major divisions in Christianity, that is Catholics, Protestants. So the Catholics and the Protestants are the two major divisions of Christianity. In Ireland, we have the feeling that Catholics are not so rich. So obviously, they are having a social diversity there between themselves. The Catholics might have experienced the social discrimination, might have faced the certain difficulties in order to lead their life. They are not basically economically so strong to pursue their careers, to have a good opportunities. Whereas the Protestants are having a good chances or sources of revenue for their parents, which obviously provides for them a good quality of education, which will be ending up for them to turning into a good entrepreneur or a job owner or pursuing a good careers. So in this way, wherever we find certain things, that is the overlapping and the cut crossing of the existing things, which will be adding it for flavor for them. For example, if a river flow is going on, when we find rains, the rainwater brings the rivers to be full of flow. That is actually the rainwater collected because of the rain was also being allowed to get connected into the rivers. So as the water flow is going on, means as the social divisions are going on, this also gets boosted up with the economic or certain other aspects, which allows them to overlap over each other and crisscross each other, which makes them to flow in certain aspects, which makes it clear to be dominant in the society. So the point is very clear here. The existing social divisions, let us take it to be a river. The river is being supported or boosted up by the rainwater. The rainwater gets added to it. While it is adding it over them, it is overlapping the feeling of existing social division because of the social or economic factor. And certain times the caste or the racial system overlaps this side and the other side. Whatever it is, they are cut crossing each other, but they are making the differences, the social divisions clear and stable in the society. That's what we have understood from this particular point of overlapping and cross-cutting each other. It's a base for the social divisions in any society. So, as we discussed the concepts of overlapping and cross-cutting in the social divisions or in the society. So we all know that the overlapping and cross-cutting will happen with the social differences and will also be added by some other differences like the economic differences. As we all know that when in any particular category, like let us take in India Dalits. The social division of Dalit is actually, it is not framed on the financial terms. But when it comes to the financial terms, the social divisions or the Dalits would have been already experiencing in the low income group. They already might have been experiencing in the low income group or the problems, the atrocities. They may not be having proper education, proper structure, proper planning system or anything. So these all we have highlighted, we have discussed and we have gone through all the phases. Now, in a country, even though if it is small or large, we have discussed about Belgium and Sri Lanka, where we have seen lot of diversity existing. Belgium may be a small country, but we have seen the linguistic diversity. Sri Lanka also is a small country when compared to a country like India, where India is a very large country. When compared to Sri Lanka, when compared to Belgium, not only in all things, India stands the number 7 in its area in the entire world. So India is a very large country. India has a huge population. We all know that India population crosses around 121 crores. So now the point is here, when we discuss about the population here, or when we are discussing about the social diversities existing, which means that already if you have a country like Germany, where most of the population is homogeneous, when most of the population is homogeneous, which means they all are of similar culture, similar language, similar traditions and all, we find the differences to be at very less point. But when it moves on to the other countries also, it has been a lot of diversity there. But even Belgium or even like Germany are also facing troubles because of the new concept called migration. So the migration is nothing but migrating from one place to another place. As per the requirements of the modern day, people started to migrate from one place to another place, maybe in search of livelihood or in any other expansion of their business plans and all these things. This made the people to migrate from one region to another region, which focused them, which brought them to the other places. So now, even in Germany, where we used to have a same set of people, same cultural, same diversity people, but later on it became to be like a mixture of various other cultural people, linguistic people, because of the concept of migration. Here, the modern day made the entire world a global village. So people started to migrate from east to west, north to south. So all corners, they are not exempted. So they started to move on from one region to the other region, which made them to focus on expansion or to have a better living standard by migrating from one place to another place. This is a major concern of the change of the pattern of the existing population in the nations. It is not only for Germany, it is applies for everybody in the nation. So now let us find out how is the political divisions or the political structure of a nation to accommodate these kind of divisions. What are the possible solutions for this one? What are the negative effects of this one? These all we shall try to analyze now. Now we shall try to learn how is the politics towards the social divisions. Till now we have discussed about what is going to happen or how the social differences have originated. We have understood like by accident we almost all 90% of the people fall into the social divisions. Now how does politics enter into the social divisions concept here? So now politics of social divisions. So when we discuss about the politics of social divisions, we are actually trying to find out the solution. How does the democracy try to find out the solution when we have differences or diversified people? So first of all, what is democracy? We all know democracy is the best form of government of the modern generation or the modern time because it accommodates large number of people. But when we talk about it accommodating the large number of people, this people itself is having the groups, the different groups existing in the people means that we have diversity here, and once the diversity is present and they will be forming a part and parcel of any political party. So when they are part and parcel of any political party, that obviously would lead political parties in competition with each other. So when the social divisions move on into the political divisions, political parties enter into the scene, it is actually, the development is like this. The social or the society which is divided is popping up into political divisions. It's like a particular community of people aligning themselves with a particular party or a segment of people. Like for example, in India we have Hindus aligning themselves to the Bharatiya Janata Party. So it shows that the same division in the society is being carried into the political structure or the political parties. So then they fall into controversy with each other. They start, so now the society divisions are turning into political divisions. This political divisions gives us to have the issue of conflicts. These conflicts sometimes even broke down the countries into small parts, and some issues are sorted out peacefully basing on the situation. Now let us try to understand one of the situations which happened in UK, then we'll discuss the other issue which happened at Yugoslavia. So when we talk about UK, United Kingdom, in United Kingdom, that is, which is a part of UK, or like in the entire population of United Kingdom, we have 53% of people following the religion of Catholic religion in Christianity. Basically in Christianity we have two major groups, the division of the major groups, that is the Catholics, which were the initial Christians or the first Christians. Later on we got a split in the Christianity, that is the Catholics. Then Martin Luther King brought the split in this issue of against the clergy during his time. So this broke the Christianity into two parts, that is the Catholic people known as Roman Catholics and changed them into Protestants, those who are opposing this one. So in Christianity we have the major split between the Catholics and Protestants. So in UK, when you take the percentage of population, when we are focusing on the Northern Ireland part, we are especially discussing the issue of Northern Ireland part, that is in Catholics we have 53% of people living here and Protestants are 44% of people here. So as the society is divided into two major divisions here, Catholics and Protestants. So the Catholics are also to develop themselves into a political division. Protestants also want to have the support of the political structure which is present in the nation. So they try to get themselves aligned with the Catholics with the National Party, while Protestants started to gain their support from the unions, the national unions, worker unions which are in the nation. So the national parties versus the national unions. So issues started to grow from small to larger and larger. So when you started to grow into larger segments, so there was a serious disturbance in the society, and it went on to a very long time till 1988. So it went on till 1988 to 1998 was a period where it went to the extreme phase. Then the UK government negotiated with the Northern Ireland part and consolidated and reached to a peace agreement to stop the violence which is happening in the Northern Ireland part. So this violence broke out because of the basic divisions in the society. That basic divisions are the Northern Ireland region people are divided into Catholics and Protestants, where they started to take the support of the national parties and the unions, which reached to its peak during the last decade of 1988 to 1998. So finally in 1998 a peace treaty was concluded between UK and the Northern Ireland parts to end up this kind of violence which has broken up because of the social divisions. So here it has ended peacefully and we got a peaceful solution. The solution was quite good, and today the country lives with peace, and today they start to enjoy themselves, to claim themselves to be more than apart from Catholic or a Protestant, but they are the nationalist people of the United Kingdoms. So the social divisions have popped up for them, violence in United Kingdom, which the UK government took the initiative and brought it into peace when the nationalists and finally sorted out and brought a peaceful solution for this one. But when we take the other case which happened in Yugoslavia, here also the same pattern of the structure happened. The society was divided. The divisions in society popped up them into the political parties. So from the political parties it went on into the issues into become larger and larger scale, and finally it ended up breaking down Yugoslavia into 6 independent countries. So Yugoslavia is broke down into 6 independent countries. The 6 independent countries have made this is because like the basic divisions in society have made them to adjust themselves. Initially Yugoslavia is following communism, but later on it started to deviate from the communism and they started to give little bit autonomy for their own districts and their own provisions, and later on these provisions of autonomy made them to think and form the Union of Yugoslavia, and later on changed into the 6 independent nations, where Yugoslavia has got completely, it broke down into pieces. So whenever there is a political dialogue or political division happening, it is not compulsory that always this would bring up a peaceful solution. And the same way, always it is not necessary that it will turn into a disastrous situation which happened in case with Yugoslavia. So here we need to understand the point is that when a political division is happening, it is nothing but it is just bringing up the issue which is already present in the underlying layers of the society. The society itself is having the divisions by its nature. As we have discussed earlier, the making of the society of the modern day, maybe it is having the homogeneous population like the Germany countries, but due to the concept of migration, the people started to move from one region to another region and made almost all the countries to have this diverse cosmopolitan structure or culture. So because of this diverse cosmopolitan structure and all, we need to understand here is that when the things are in a diverse structure, the political leaders of the political parties automatically want to get aligned themselves with the people. So they would like to get the support of that different sections of the people or different segments of the people in the society. When this was initiated, they would like to have the equal importance from all the sections. So some parties or some segments would like to align with some particular parties because of their issues of understanding the party or the resemblance of the party's importance to the particular section of people, while the other which segment is neglected from a political party will always choose the next best alternative which is already there as the other political party. So once the society divisions have been turned into political divisions, these political divisions will become in a larger scale, and this larger scale would sometimes try to get some amicable and possible good solutions for them, while the other times it brings some kind of disastrous things or turn into violent methods, or the issue what happened with Yugoslavia. So this is the understanding of politics of the social divisions. So now, what are the major determinants? How can a nation react to its issues? Let us try to find out the major determinants. So what is a determinant? Determinant is a criteria where you assess certain things, like this should be here, it should reach to certain level. So when something is fixed to be achieved is called a determinant. It's a criteria where you assess somebody to certain levels. You may expect a train to reach it within this particular time. For 1 hour it has to travel for 100 kilometers to 120 kilometers. There is a determinant there. It cannot be travelled by any other vehicle. So the determinants are the criteria which we use to do anything, to assess anything, to analyze anything. So first of all, let us take the major determinants which have impact on the society, in the nation, or in the larger text in the world. So what are the first major determinant what we have is, how do the people identify themselves? First major determinant is, how do the people identify themselves? When the people started to identify themselves in a larger scale, not in a singular and exclusive manner. For example, let us take when the people of Northern Ireland started to consider themselves only as Catholics or Protestants, it was very difficult for the nationalists to find solution for this one. They were in trouble, they were having civil war, the violence broke down, and completely they were in trouble, and they have complete disturbance of the civil society life. But as the time passed on, they started to understand themselves as in a larger picture, like not fixing themselves to a singular view of exclusively only Catholics or only Protestants, but they started to take their turns into a proper structure, like we all belong to UK and then we belong to Northern Ireland. So the nation what we belong to is United Kingdom, the part which we belong to is Northern Ireland. In the same way, when we take about the Belgian people were also initially having the difficulty, like they started to identify themselves only with their language based. But as the time passed on, they started to understand themselves not only for the language based, but also they all are the Belgian people, but the language they speak is different. So when they start to have two identities of themselves, that would make the issue to become larger level to be as a amicable possible solution for the understanding of the issue of social divisions here. That is the first major determinant what we have to understand from the given examples, or how can we draw conclusions here is, first major determinant can be understood like this, is that people's identity. How are people identifying themselves? That plays a very vital role in the first category. Then when we discuss about the other thing, how are the wishes accommodated? Generally, we have seen two examples of Belgium and Sri Lanka. In Belgium, we have the structure of the political structure which has analyzed and taken the issue to accommodate them. But at the same time, it did not accommodate anybody at the cost of others' benefits. The line itself is an answer for us. At the cost of others' benefits means when you are doing benefit to somebody, it doesn't mean that you are doing harm to the other section of group. For example, in Sri Lanka, when the Sinhalas raised their voices that Sinhala should be the national language of Sri Lanka, at the cost of the other Tamilians who are staying in the nation. So, they want to gain the larger scale benefit of majority being in the majority in the population. They want to gain that advantage by dominating the minority segment here. So, democracy does not allow that. The societies do not accept that we have seen truly in Sri Lanka. They have moved into a civil war, which created the entire setback for economic, social and political developments in Sri Lanka. So, the way it has to be accommodated, that has to be thought of first. First identify yourself, then accommodating the solution. And the third point is very crucial point. The third point, as we know, the first 1 and 2 are according to the interests of the people, the way the political leaders take it. But the third point is, how is the government going to react on this? How is the government going to react on this? How is the government going to take the chances on this? How is the government going to consider this point of view? When the Sinhalas raised their voice that it should be the national language, the government of Sri Lanka has accommodated that one and gave it in a favor towards them that yes, we are going to take this one, and the other minority segment of the people's interest has been neglected there. So, an example you can take from Sri Lanka. It can also be taken in the way like Yugoslavia, where in Yugoslavian government the views are expressed by the people in such a way that the accommodation of the different categories or sections of people cannot be matched to be kept in the same nation. So, when the accommodation is not possible in the previous clause, the government decided that we would go for disintegration of the nation. So, solution in the government, it's like it is the initial stage of the problem. Here it gets matured and finally it gets ripened here and forms into a fruit. It may be a positive one or it may be a violent one. It may be a communal clashes. It may be turning into a civil war. Whatever it is, started from here, it will be ending here. This is the fruit of the initial seed which was laid in the determinants. So now, as per the analysis what we have understood, we can simply conclude this one as the social inequalities or social injustice which is going to be caused for the people because of getting marginalized in the accommodation. Sometimes when a certain category of people are being given special privileges, the other section of people will get their basic rights violated. In Sri Lanka, when in the initial stage, when the Buddhist community people or the Sinhala people were started to be given special importance, the Tamilians lost the job opportunities, which would escalate to be having social injustice, and then it causes to be social inequality in the society in a larger scale, which will turn up into society into breakdown into parts. Then the political parties will be having that breaking down in their structure. This will sometimes even break the nation also into pieces. So in this way, the society has to be accommodating very clearly all the divisions in the society, and the governments also should support and sometimes if necessary do the necessary changes in the constitutions, like what happened in Belgium, to accommodate the 3 linguistic community people together, to make them to feel that we all are equal in the same country, irrespective of their population, irrespective of their language or any other diversity which is existing there. And we also need to remember here is that the major thing or the major key point of this lesson is that democracy is the best form of government of modern time to accommodate all social divisions. So, this is the main outcome of the lesson, that is, democracy is the best form of government of the modern time, of the present day generation, to accommodate all social divisions. Only in democracy you find the possibility to accommodate all the sections of people, all the categories of people, all the religious people together to have a systematic form of government. In a government where all feels that this particular section of people were also being given importance, that particular people were also being given importance. In this way, it makes it very clear for us to have a clear picture on how to accommodate the diversity. So, democracy is the best possible solution to find out or to accommodate the diversified structure of the society. We have seen it in the examples of Belgium. In India also we can see the accommodation of the diversified culture into the government through its democratic setup.